everyone. We're going to get started in a few minutes. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm on a time crunch today. Lots going on. Hopefully everyone's staying warm. I know there's lots of snowstorms across the country. Here in Chicagoland, it is cold, brutally cold. But we still don't really have that much snow, which is crazy. So thank you for joining. If you did not know, we are live pretty much every single Thursday, but we're going to be making some changes soon. And so those updates and changes will be announced next week at the last hour of February. So stay tuned for more details on that. I would love for more interaction and stuff in the groups. And so if you want to post questions and stuff, I mean, that's what the groups is there for. But today is talking about distress listings. Is this niche right for you? So I recognize that not every person, let's see here, not every person, distress sales may not be for every single person. And so I really like to dive in deeper to find out if this niche is right for you. If it is, then I'm going to pose this question: what are you waiting for? The reason why I'm going to ask that is because, look, it takes time. If you want something to be long-term success, you got to set it up now. So I love questions. If you got questions, please post them in the chat, okay? All right, so today, what are we going to cover? We're going to go over just some essential personality traits. Those are important, and if those traits do not relate to you, then it's okay. You can, step aside or get off the Zoom if you want. And then just a complete step-by-step process breakdown. So it's going to be very much in a nutshell. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts with an equity sale or a short sale. We are not getting into the specifics, but it's more of the step-by-step. That way you have a general idea. And then, of course, the real income potential, because short sales are a little bit different than equity sales or how I handle them. And so I will tell you that. All right, so number one, essential personality traits for success. Okay. Number one, your thinking cap. So look, distress sales is very, very different. Since 2007, I have not had a traditional business. I don't go to my appointments all dressed up because I have no idea what I'm going into. All of my marketing pieces have been very much outside the box. They're not just the typical, oh, send this or oh, post this. None of that, okay? I work in my kids' school schedule. And the reason why I've done all of that is because I've taken my traditional thinking cap off and put on my distressed thinking cap. That is so, so important because these deals are not done like other deals. Like I said, a lot of moving parts, but if you are a part of our community, then you're going to have success. So for example, one of the ladies in our group today has a closing next week and it's FHA. But there was some things that didn't go right or didn't questions she didn't ask. Now she's in a pickle because in FHA, when someone does a loan modification, there's partial claims on the title. So they actually owe like 50,000 more than what they thought. So I got on the phone with her right before this and I'm explaining all of that. It is all in our group. In fact, we are going to have a special training coming up specific to FHA and partial claims. So I'm just saying, you know, you have to really take your traditional thinking cap off and put on the thinking cap of these homeowners. Try to put yourself in their shoes, okay? Empathy, compassion, and a good listener. I had someone call yesterday from our highly anticipated flow charts, and she had an auction date today. The only way to stop that was for her to file a bankruptcy. And I have relationships with bankruptcy attorneys, also taught inside of the community. And so she did exactly what I told her. She was able to file. Okay. But she can't keep the house. So she's going to have to sell. But I went about the situation as a good listener. I listened to her story. I took notes. I wanted her to tell me everything. And then afterwards, that is where my empathy and compassion comes in. Okay. If it's all about the money for you, this is not the right niche for you to be in. Okay. Never, never go about it as the money. Can you make good money? Absolutely. You absolutely can. But if you go about it with the empathy and the compassion, it is going to be with you more long term than anything, okay? And then number three, the focus should always be on the family, okay? Here, when someone does a short sale or an equity sale with me, we are a part of their whole journey. Meaning, if they have to file a bankruptcy, it's usually done with my bankruptcy attorney. And then my team handles the sale. And then I have a rental agent. In fact, the rental agent has come into my community and talked about how he does rentals. Okay, so it's like a one-stop shop for us. The focus is on the family and truly holding their hand to get to the next chapter of their lives, not about a commission. Okay, the money will come. Do it the right way in the beginning, set it up, have the consistency, communicate, all of that, and it will lead to long-term success. Okay. Hopefully you have all of these. Any questions on the 3 bullet points? All right. A complete step-by-step process breakdown. Now I'm giving you 5 steps to really kind of get to where you need to be in the niche of distressed sales. So number 1, join our community. It's $20 a month. That is it. You can get your questions answered. If you have a complicated deal about a partial claim and you have no idea what's going on, or you don't know how to review a title or how to prepare a statement or any of that, you ask in the group. It is really going to be the crucial to your success as a distressed property advocate. I say that because a lot of managing brokers and offices, not just here where I'm at, but across the country, don't understand the complexities and the ins and outs of these distressed sales. Even in my office, every time there is a question about bankruptcy or auction or short sale or something distressed, my managing broker comes to me. That can be you, okay? So definitely join the community. 20 bucks a month, you have access to our trainings. In fact, we had a special training today on our flow charts. So you can come in, you can watch the flow charts. Those are free with a course purchase. The flow charts are unique. No one in the country is using them, okay? And so we're getting lots of calls. So definitely join a community. If it's not ours, fine, just find someone. Of course, I don't think there's any community like ours, but definitely find someone because you're going to have questions. You cannot navigate these deals on your own. Number two, the pre-foreclosure data. So I've talked a lot about that. I use Property Radar. So if you want a free 5-day trial, you can certainly go here and get that. We do a lot of trainings inside of the community on how to set up different lists. And so it's really, really important to find the data. I don't recommend getting it from your title company because they probably don't have enough information for you to really market the right way. Meaning if you're planning to target auction date, do they have an auction date? Probably not. You can find all of that information in Property Radar. So Property Radar is what we use, and I've tested every single system out there. That's where we find the data. So if you want to focus on pre-foreclosure, let us show you how to set up a pre-foreclosure lead list inside of Property Radar. If you want to focus on auction date data, which I highly recommend, it's my number 2 lead source, then you're going to set up an auction date lead list in Property Radar. And we will take you through, it's actually me on my Loom account, walking you through step by step on Property Radar how to set that up, how to pull the leads, how to analyze the leads. So important to understand the pre-foreclosure data in your area and the auction. You cannot send the same marketing piece to them. Well, the flow chart you could, but otherwise the other pieces, the letters or the postcards, they can't be the same. Okay, so just make sure you understand the data in your area. And I've pulled live many times, counties and your auction list and pre-foreclosure. So in our group, there's all of the past trainings. Almost 2 years now. We've been doing live trainings almost 2 years now. Okay, questions on 1 or 2? Okay. If there's any questions, maybe it was something that we went over last week or whatever, just please chat the question. Number 3, you have to set up a consistent lead flow system. I don't know, Anita. I'm not too familiar with expireds. I'm not sure. Sorry. I know that's unrelated. For me, I feel like expireds and for sale by owner, like every agent is trying to go to that. So, dive in deeper to see what agents in your area are doing that. But you want to, let me ask you this. Do you want to stand out in your community? Most agents do not know how to successfully complete and close these types of deals. So I'm always trying to find others that have the empathy and compassion and really can learn from our system. So just keep that in mind. The whole idea is to do something different, not the same old crap that all the agents are doing across the country. Set up a networking event, post on social media. No, very, very different here. Sorry, but you can schedule a time with them. I want to say yes, but I'm not sure. Okay, so set up 2 consistent lead flow systems. Okay, so you want to have a couple different lead sources coming in, right? And so hopefully you do that now in your current business. Maybe it's mostly referral based, maybe it's social media, who knows? But inside the world of distressed sales, I have two. And I highly recommend you implement these two. Why? Because I've had success with them since 2007. And I know that you also can have success if you implement them step by step, how we have here. Okay. If you're not dedicating the time or being consistent, then it's not going to work. Okay. Our number one lead source is bankruptcy. What other agent in your area is marketing to bankruptcy? Or what do we use to get in front of these attorneys? I did a sponsorship for attorneys this past week, and now I have all of these connections. I don't really have to take on any more bankruptcy attorneys, but I know that there's other families in my area that need help. Okay. So whatever lead system it is, maybe you're like, hey, Heather, I really want to do pre-foreclosures. Or hey, Heather, I just really want to go to events. Do you have different resources? Yes. We have everything you need to get to where I'm at today. Okay. And it's going to take you, it's not going to take you as long as it took me. But for me, my number one lead source is bankruptcy. And my number two lead source is our auction date leads. And so every single week, a letter or a postcard plus the flow chart gets sent out. And so we created the flow chart, we collaborated together in our group late last year, and we've all started sending the flow charts. We did have a special training this morning to review them because I've created documents. The whole idea is to help families that are in denial, okay? So you do have to set up a consistent lead flow. I've done a bankruptcy training here. I've done the auctions. They're not as in-depth, obviously, as the community, but I do these because I want you to know, hey, I know what I'm doing. I can absolutely help you as well too, okay? All right, number 4, 3 pillars. We have 3 pillars that we really implement every single day in our community. It should be in your business. It is communication. Okay, so obviously we want to communicate. Okay, actually, let me show you. So inside of each course, we have 3 pillars, and I go through it and I've wrote about them. It's just really important. It may sound silly to you, but this is what I implement every single day in my business: organization, consistency, and communication. The communication comes in when you have the deals and you're trying to keep all parties updated and happy. Communicate with them. You got to call the banks. You got to update everyone. Consistency is having the same routine every single week. When do you call the banks? When do you send out your letters? When do you connect with attorneys? When do you go to community events? Okay. And then organization, if that scares you, it is okay. We have so many resources to get organized, okay? Throughout the year, monthly, weekly, it's all right there. All right, I just thought I would show you that. And then number 5, so again, I'm going to go back to this question. What are you doing to really set yourself apart, your business apart from other agents in your area? I don't know how many people come to me and they say that they're struggling. Well, why are you struggling? Like, what are you currently doing? Are you doing the same thing over and over again? We all know that is literally the definition of sanity. If it's not working, don't do it. Figure out what other agents are doing in your area. If someone isn't doing any expireds, go do expireds. Focus on the expireds and get super consistent and an expert or specialist in that area. If there's agents out there who say they're short sale experts, but you can look and see how many deals they've closed, pretty sure with everything inside of our community, you could get in front of everyone and be the top of your game. So I would definitely look to see. If you are struggling, figure out a niche. Agents are pulled in all of these different directions. No, keep that outside noise away, okay? Maybe short sales isn't right for you. Maybe distressed listings, none of that is right for you. That's okay. I want you to succeed, but you got to pick a niche where you can stand out in your area. I like distress sales because it is not traditional. Um, it's not traditional because of my marketing. It's not traditional because of how I'm getting the leads with my bankruptcy attorneys. It's not traditional because I am not sending out just plain letters or postcards. I've spent years and years of trial and error with these. And I'm just not the typical realtor. So I really go about it as helping these homeowners and educating them. I don't know how many times they just cry when I'm sitting at the kitchen table, and then afterwards they are so thankful. So if you get anything out of this Zoom this week, just ask yourself, sit down with no interruptions around you, and just figure out what you are doing to currently set your business apart from other agents in your area. There are agents everywhere, okay? But you do have to do something differently. All right, any questions yet? Okay, let's talk about the income potential. So look, I always try to show you my income because I want you to realize that you absolutely can make money in the niche of distressed sales, but you have to be dedicated and consistent with it every single day. And I think that's where people fail. So myths of distressed listings, they're too hard. Or my managing broker told me to stay away. Why? I don't understand. It's not hard if you have a community around you and you know how to get help, ask for help. We can help you. Just like the lady who called this morning in our community that has an FHA partial claim, and I walked her through that. Okay. I've seen it all. And if I haven't, there's another lady in our community that's done probably just as many short sales as me. And she joined basically because she wanted my marketing materials. And now she comes and loves it and does everything. So it's not hard. It's not hard if you have a system in place. The other myth is you can't make any money, which is false. For short sales, you should be making 3.5%. Okay. So I have one that's coming up. It's 300,000. 3.5% is 10,500. And I don't know what your commission split is per se. About close one deal a month, which you should be able to get more, and you're making very good money. You don't have to stop your other business, but I do feel like most agents who decide to take on this niche will start to stand out because of everything that we provide in our community. Six-figure income. Yes, you can make six figures. Again, that's where the consistency and the organization and the communication comes in. You can't just come in and expect to send out a letter tomorrow and get a call tomorrow. Some weeks I don't get any calls. Some weeks I get a lot of calls. I got a call yesterday and I know that that one's going to go up. And it's about a $600,000 deal, all off of a 16-cent letter and a postage stamp. Okay. So here's my income. This is just for real estate. It is not Blueprint. I have two separate corporations. Blueprint is separate from my real estate. I am incorporated in my company that I'm independent with. Charles Rutenberg Realty pays me my corporation, which is not Blueprint. So just so you know, okay? This is all distressed sales. But some of the deals may have been a buyer, some of them may have been traditional, but it came from a past distressed client, okay? So you build that rapport, they will be forever thankful for you, and it will lead to other business down the road, okay? All right, so let's go back. All right, so things that you can do now, like I said, ask yourself, what are you doing right now to set your business apart, okay? I will never tell you, and all the other gurus, and I don't consider myself a guru, okay? I'm just a mom and a businesswoman, and I really just want to help homeowners. And I can't help the homeowners unless I start with you, the agents, okay? So everyone in my community, they love the trainings. It's so informative and it's really going to help you now and in the future, okay? But I will never just tell you to post on social media or to start a networking group. No. Like I said in the previous slides, this is a very non-traditional niche, okay? So, and it's never just, oh, okay, I'm going to give you 40% of everything. No, it is so much. In fact, we're going to take a sneak peek of the group. So this is our group. This is what is for 20 bucks a month. You come into this group. We have weekly announcements. So important. That's a part of our communication. So what's going on? What special trainings do we have coming up? So in fact, I just posted, hey, does everyone want a special training on FHA and partial claims? Here we go. So there's people responding, yes. So now I'm going to schedule that. So if you want a training on VA, reverse mortgages, yep, I'll put it in there as a special training, okay? Everything's recorded. You have access to all of it. Here's some graphics we had prepared that someone had asked for. So we made those. Here's information on partial claim. This group has about 3 years worth of trainings and comments and collaboration and support. So you'll be able to find pretty much anything. So this is Lana. She is in Texas, and she's the one that had the issue with the partial claims that she wasn't aware of. So we're working through that issue together. Our flowchart training was today. And then, yeah, I'm posting even what I'm using. Here's my envelopes, okay? Lots and lots of stuff here. This is where the communication comes in. You want to be able to ask questions. You want to be able to learn from everyone else. So that's the community. Like I said, we're very, very big into organization. Every single week, you're going to get a weekly announcement. We also have all the past trainings here for the winter spring session, and fall is here. We also have back from 2022. You just got to search 2022 in the group. Here is all the authorizations you'll need, the short sale packets, and listing documentation, all right there. Okay, so that's a sneak peek. Again, 20 bucks a month to join. There are no commitments at all. If you decide you don't like us, you can leave. It's easy to just go in and cancel. I don't think that will happen though. And I say that because if you truly want to take on the niche of distressed sales, then this is where you will want to be, just because there is so much collaboration, there is so much support. We're together at least once a week, a training, questions, there's always something. When you become a member, there's 20% discount on any course after membership. So when you become a member, you'll get tagged into this area right here. Welcome. And there's some steps. So here's the store. You will use the discount code and navigating our group, our weekly schedule, checking the announcements. Okay, so all of it's right here. And then this is the store. So obviously I recommend my #1 and #2 lead source, but there's different courses available. We have the auction date lead generation blueprint. And we don't have time today to go through each lesson, but there's like, usually in the bigger ones like this, there's like 20 modules, tons of lessons. When I say it goes from start to finish at 100%, not 40, it's 100%. Everything will take you through step by step. A 6th grader could do it. We also have a pre-foreclosure. So if you want to target pre-foreclosure leads, here's the 2 books. It is Ideas to Avoid Foreclosure and The Ultimate Guide to Selling Your Home as a Short Sale. I wrote those. I have a design coordinator virtually that has designed it all for me. It is in Canva, easy for you to edit on your own, or you can have him do it as well. And this is the big one. This is what we're going through right now on Tuesdays. You want to come in and learn bankruptcy? You can come in on Tuesdays and join us for these. Obviously, I would love for you to have the course in order to join, because otherwise it might be confusing, but you'll get an idea of what you're learning. Not going to find that in a CLE credit course or anywhere really. So right now on Tuesdays, we're dedicated to going through each lesson in this course. And then of course, building powerful attorney relationships, where we find them, what we say, how do we build that relationship, what do we provide them, the valuable resources, a book for them to understand how partnering with you add value and revenue to their firm. So those are the courses. So 20% off plus the bonus gift is the flow chart. So like I said, you get the flow chart for free with any course. It is in the confirmation email. The flow chart training that we had this morning is not yet available, but once you come into the community, you will have access to that recording. It will be available later today. Any questions? So currently we do try to keep it, because our marketing and our books and everything is very unique. We are at capacity in Chicagoland right now. So no options available for Chicagoland right now, but everything else is open currently. So I know today was a shorter Zoom, lots going on here, but next week is going to be big. I'm going to probably do a really creative training, but we're going to make some changes with the trainings and stuff. So hopefully you can join us next week. I will post about that as well, but I'd like to take some time and answer any questions. Any questions or anything else I can show you? Here is the link to join the community. And then once you join, you can go through the steps and you'll be able to get that discount. But I'm happy to answer any additional questions. I'm going to put in my email. I know a lot of you have been around for a while, but of course, if you still have questions, you know where to find me. Hey, Charles. So yeah, the monthly membership group, nothing's open to Chicagoland right now. I'm sorry. I know you've been waiting patiently for a while, but and you are on my list in the back of my head if anything opens. But right now, most people are having a lot of success, and so I don't know if Chicagoland will be available. But I will certainly let you know if it does come available. We don't have anyone in those areas right now. Little Rock? No. Are you asking like the data in that area? We don't have any members in our community in Arkansas at all right now. If you tell me the counties, then I can look it up for you. I got to look up by counties. So if you, I can look up a couple. Patrina, can you tell me what county Cleveland's in? I think it's, I forget the name.
Cuyahoga.
Yeah, that's right.
That Cleveland, main Cleveland is Cuyahoga, but the suburbs branch out. So you may have Geauga, Lorraine.
I think there's a lot in Cuyahoga, so I'll look.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Makisha, I'm sorry if I spelled your name wrong, but you have 237 families in an auction status there. So that's a pretty big number. Just so everyone is aware, my team sends out between 120 and 150 letters a week. And that's just the data in my area. So this is a good number to send out weekly auctions. But the auction does go hand in hand with the bankruptcy, okay? So that's why I do recommend both of those courses, but there's plenty of data here for you to send weekly marketing materials. And that would be either the postcard or the letter. Both highly recommended. Right now we're sending the letter with the flow chart 1 week and the postcard and the flow chart the next week. Let's look at Cuyahoga, or however you pronounce it, but I know now what you're talking about. I remember this one being high, but let's see if anything's changed. Yeah. Katrina, that's super high, so we would probably try to help you navigate that down a little bit, because that's a really, really high number. So just because it's that number doesn't mean you're going to be sending out letters to all those. I mean, there's still a criteria that we have you analyze to go through all of them. But
Okay.
yeah, that's a huge number. I mean, even the 237 is a good number. Yeah, so it's $20 a month to join the community, which is the Facebook group here. You will get instant access to this. Oh, can you see it? I feel like, yeah. Oops. Okay, hold on. Can you see the group? No, I don't know what's going on. Yes, okay. So it's 20 bucks a month to join this community. Why would you spend $20 a month to join the community? Well, because you're going to have questions. For example, the lady in Texas called me this morning. Holy crap, I'm supposed to close next week on this FHA deal. There is another lien on the title. What is it? It's a partial claim. Okay, so guess what? Now I'm going to do a partial claims training. So any trainings over the last 3 years, you would have access to. So if you come in and you're like, holy crap, I have a question on IRS taxes, you're going to search for the group for IRS taxes. Something's going to come up. If not, you're going to post about it and someone will respond. If not myself, everyone is very welcoming. So the $20 a month is to be a part of this community, to learn, to collaborate. And then we do encourage you to purchase a course, because that is where you're going to get all of the marketing. That is where you would get the books. It just depends on what you want to focus on. I recommend bankruptcy and auction just because that is my number 1 and number 2 lead source. And I would love for you to mirror what I've done, because I know that if you do that, you will have success. Right now, every single Tuesday, our group is dedicated to bankruptcy. So we're carefully going through each lesson in the bankruptcy course. You also have access to the short sale packets, 6 pages worth of lender contact information, authorizations, the listing documentation, mainly like, an indemnity agreement, that sort of thing. So that's what is 20 bucks a month. And then once you join, you'll get tagged into this welcome, and it will give you the discount code for the courses. Okay. And there's 5 courses, the auction date lead. Now, I should have a training that's dedicated specifically to the ins and outs of all this, but when I say it's step by step, it's literally everything from start to closing the deal. That's why a lot of people like to join the community first, ask some questions, talk to others, and then, get the discount afterwards. So we have auction date, pre-foreclosure, the 2 books, and the bankruptcy, and building the attorney relationships. All right. Oop. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm just finishing my meeting so you can come on in. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? You're very welcome, Keisha. Thank you for asking. I'll post the link. Yes, I can. Okay. Hold on. Like I said, there's no commitment. So if you decide you don't like us, which I really don't think that will be the case, you can cancel. Okay, stay tuned for what's to come next week. And if you have any suggestions, please message them to me. I'm here to really help you find out if this is your niche and get you involved in our community and get you set up successful at the auction, at the bankruptcy, or maybe it's the books or whatever it may be. We have it all there for you. And so you just got to ask. I hope everyone has a blessed afternoon. Bye.